Today we're going to talk about order of operations, and we're going to be using this acronym PEMDAS. And an acronym is a word where each letter stands for something important. In PEMDAS, the P stands for parentheses. When we do a math problem, we always want to do everything in parentheses first. Start with the innermost parentheses and ignore parentheses with only one number. In PEMDAS, the E stands for exponents, so that's what we're going to want to do next. The M and D stand for multiplication and division, and I've got those written together because they go together. You want to do multiplication and division as they occur from left to right, and we'll see some examples of that. The A and the S in PEMDAS stand for addition and subtraction, and they also go together. Do addition and subtraction as they occur from left to right. Now let's look at some examples here. I'm going to write PEMDAS, and I'm going to actually put a line under the M and the D and the A and the S so you remember that they go together. So let's start with this problem. We start with the parentheses. Inside the parentheses is 12 minus 6, so we're going to do that first. 12 minus 6 is 6, and then we bring down the rest of the problem, times 3. Well, 6 times 3 gives us 18. Next problem. 55 divided by 11 times 2. So we have division and multiplication. Remember, division and multiplication are done from left to right. So whichever one occurs furthest to the left is what we do first. So that would be division. 55 divided by 11 is 5. Bring down the times 2. So 5 times 2 gives us 10. Moving on to the next problem, we have 2 sets of parentheses. And so we have to take care of those first. It doesn't really matter which order we go in, so let's just start with the first one. 2 times 2 is in the first set. That gives us 4. 1 times 2 is in the second set. That gives us 2. We have to bring down the division symbol in between. And we're left with 4 divided by 2, which gives us 2. Next, in parentheses, we have 8 plus 12, and then we have divided by 5. So let's start with the parentheses. According to PEMDAS, we do parentheses first. Well, in the parentheses is 8 plus 12, which gives us 20. And then divided by 5. 20 divided by 5 gives us 4. Next, we have 9 divided by 3 plus 1. We have division and addition. Well, in PEMDAS, division comes first. So 9 divided by 3 gives us 3. And now we're just left with adding 1, which gives us 4. Moving on to the next problem, we have 15 divided by 3 plus 36 divided by 9. Well, according to PEMDAS, we have division, addition, and division, and according to PEMDAS, division comes first. So we have 15 divided by 3 and 36 divided by 9. 15 divided by 3 is 5. 36 divided by 9 is 4. We'll put our addition symbol in between, and 5 plus 4 gives us 9. Moving on now to the next page. We have some problems with variables. So we're going to use some substitution here. It says if x equals 4, find the value of the expression. Well, the expression is 4x. If you don't have a symbol between two numbers or a number and a variable, it means to multiply. So this means 4 times whatever x is. Well, we're going to substitute 4 in place of x. So we're going to have 4 times 4, which gives us 16. Next, we have 4 minus 5. Now, I know we haven't talked about negative numbers yet, but let me just throw this in here. If you're taking away more than what you already have, your answer is negative. So we would say 4 minus 5 is negative 1. Don't let that throw you off. You'll get used to that very, very soon, and you won't see a lot of that yet. But if you take away more than what you have, your answer is negative. Next, let's say we have this information. If y equals 2 and z equals 8, find the value of each expression. Well, we have y plus z minus 7. So let's plug in our numbers. 2 goes in place of y, z is 8, and we subtract 7. Now, according to PEMDAS, which we're still using, we just have addition and subtraction in the problem, and addition and subtraction should be done from left to right. So let's start with 2 plus 8, which gives us 10. And now we subtract 7, which gives us 3. Next, we have y plus 10 minus z. So let's substitute the values in for y and z. So we have 2 plus 10 minus 8. Again, we do addition and subtraction from left to right. So let's start furthest to the left in this problem, since all we have is addition and subtraction. 2 plus 10 gives us 12, and 12 minus 8 gives us 4. Next, we have 2 times in parentheses y plus 5. In fact, you can even put a little multiplication symbol here if you would like, just to remind you, whenever you don't have anything between a number and parentheses, or a number and a symbol, or a number and a variable, it's multiplication. So, in this case, y is 2, scrolling back up to the top, so let's substitute. We have 2 times 2 plus 5. Now, according to PEMDAS, we have to do what's in parentheses first. So in the parentheses, we have 2 plus 5, which is 7. So that means we're going to say 2 times 7, which gives us 14. Next, we're given this problem. 5 to the third plus 4 times 10 to the second. Again, we're using PEMDAS. We don't have any parentheses here, but notice we do have exponents, which would come next in our order of operations. We have 5 to the third and 10 to the second. So let's evaluate those values. 5 to the third, remember, means 5 times 5 times 5. I need to fix my pen a little bit here. 5 times 5 times 5. Well, 5 times 5 is 25, and 25 times 5 is 125. 10 to the second power means 10 times 10, which gives us 100. And now let's just fill in the rest of the problem. I do want you to write out the problem step by step, just the way I'm showing you now. Now, we have addition and multiplication. Multiplication comes first in our order of operations. So we're going to say 4 times 100, which is 400, and bring down the rest of the problem. Now we have 125 plus 400, which gives us 525. Our last problem is 9 times 10 to the second minus, in parentheses, 3 times 2 to the second minus 4 times 2, and then close the parentheses. Well, we have to start with parentheses first. So let's look inside. In those parentheses, we have multiplication, exponents, subtraction, and multiplication. Exponents comes first in our order of operations. So we'll do 2 to the second first. 2 to the second power is 2 times 2, which is 4. Write down the rest of the problem. Next, we're still inside the parentheses. In the parentheses, we have multiplication, subtraction, and multiplication. So let's take care of the multiplications here. 3 times 4 is 12, and 4 times 2 is 8. So in the parentheses, we now have 12 minus 8. Let's finish the parentheses. 12 minus 8 gives us 4. And we'll just write down the rest of the problem. Now, we're left with multiplication, exponents, and subtraction. Exponents comes first in our order of operations. So we're going to compute 10 to the second, or in other words, 10 times 10. That gives us 100. And write down the rest of the problem. We're left with 9 times 100 minus 4, and we have multiplication and subtraction. Multiplication comes next. 9 times 100 is 900. So we're left with 900 minus 4, which gives us 896. Thank you for joining me today.